So much of people's lives is built up around seeking. And what I mean by seeking is the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain. This constant pursuit of pleasure, that in order to define yourself as happy, you have to be experiencing pleasure. You cannot be happy or you cannot be peaceful if there is pain involved. This constant seeking. Most people spend their whole day seeking, rather than just a gentle movement towards pleasure and a movement away from pain. That's the way these bodies are set up, is that you're set up, it navigates itself, the body navigates itself by moving towards pleasure and moving away from that which is painful. In every circumstance, you're always attempting to do that. But the person believes that the more pleasure I get, the more happiness I'll get, and that one day if I achieve enough pleasure, I will arrive and I'll be free and I'll be happy. And pleasure can be all types of things. It could be the idea of having kids, the idea of becoming enlightened, the idea of sexuality, the idea of getting a new lover, the idea of getting someone, conversation in the moment, like attempting to be liked and loved by the other person. Our natural instinct is to get on, so our body moves towards that to get on, to be liked. But then on top of that, there's this seeking dynamic that's always seeking to be loved, always seeking to obtain. So in this moment, when you're sitting here watching this video, you're seeking to get something. There might be just a natural movement towards pleasure, but most of the time it's about seeking. That you'll hear these words and you'll arrive, that I'll say something like I'll do something and you'll arrive, that you'll get a transmission and you'll arrive. But it's all in fantasy. Who is this person that's going to arrive? It's all in fiction. This constant separation from what's happening and this reflection, this dividing that's always looking at you and where you are and what you want. And it's so quick. It's happening quicker than you can think about or quicker than you can see. This impulse to impress, this impulse to get love from the other, this impulse to take something, to have something, to own something. You're never going to achieve it there. You're never going to get what you look for in that. What you look for is actually beyond pain and pleasure. It's beyond the person, it's beyond feeling, it's beyond sensation. What you look for is totally content and doesn't care if you get it or if you don't, if you experience pleasure or pain. It's just experiencing. It's conscious. It's love. It's magic. It's free. The person is always scurrying in itself, always trying to find the solution in itself. On the human level, there's things to do. The body has a mission to eat and to stay alive and to stay connected and stay in society or whatever it chooses to do. But the body has a mission. But what you're actually looking for, what you've always been looking for, is beyond that. It's beyond the body, it's beyond sensation, it's beyond the experience. It's who you truly are. It's actually what's registering everything now. It's that which is conscious. And that consciousness makes up the whole world. It's not that consciousness is something separate from all things. The consciousness is the things. It's a universal consciousness. It's not an individual consciousness. You think that you are looking out of your eyes and that you're conscious. But actually there is one consciousness looking out of billions of eyes, and it's watching that person experience. And what happens when you're separate is there's an identification, so that consciousness seemingly is identified with the person, and then it feels like who you truly are is a person, is a limitation, where actually your essence is infinite. Your essence is expanded, is huge, is free. But that's been forgotten. So when you look at me, most people feel that they are looking at me, that they're a person looking at me, that they're an idea, that they're somebody that's trying to get something, that needs to get something. Whereas actually that's not who's looking. Who's looking is beyond that.